Lever guns in 2026 are not retro. They're the most honest rifles left. No batteries, no apps, no excuses. Just steel, timing, and a lever you can run when you're half asleep. And yeah, the comment section is gonna throw hands because I'm ranking these for 2026 reality, not campfire nostalgia. The number one rifle on this list is a lever action that quietly rewrites the rulebook, and most people still underestimate it. I've also got a sleeper pick in the middle, one that feels like a mistake until you run it hard, and it just won't quit. This list is gonna make people mad. Today we are counting down the 9 best lever action rifles for 2026. Let's go. Number 9, Winchester Ranger. And yes, starting with a rimfire is a power move. People like to act like 22 lever guns are just plinkers, but in 2026, the rifle that actually gets shot, gets cleaned, and gets handed to new shooters wins a different kind of race. The Ranger is a modern spin on a classic idea. It's built around a 20.5-inch button rifle barrel and a precision-machined aluminum receiver, which keeps the total weight down to a handy 5.25 pounds. You get that lightweight, quick-handling feel, paired with a real walnut stock and light lever effort that feels welcoming, without feeling cheap. It also breaks down for storage or cleaning with a simple, single-screw takedown system. That's the kind of engineering that makes you actually maintain the gun. Instead of just telling your buddies you do, it feeds from a 15-round tubular magazine, so the profile stays clean and traditional. Compared to the next rifle up, the Ranger wins on pure low-drama ownership. Grab it, run it, wipe it down, repeat. Compared to older 22 lever guns, it wins because it feels like a current production tool, not a museum piece. And that's the first breadcrumb, because later, we're talking about a lever gun that takes current production to a whole new level. Number 8, Marlin 336 Classic. The comments are gonna say it's too traditional for 2026. I'm telling you, that's exactly why it's on this list. The 336 Classic is the lever gun that reminds you what a rifle is supposed to feel like when you shoulder it. Straightforward, balanced, built around the human hand. You're getting a 20.25-inch cold hammer forged barrel and the kind of tight, modern manufacturing consistency that makes this reboot matter. Chambered in the legendary 30-30 Winchester, it carries 6 rounds in the tube and weighs a solid 7.5 pounds. It wears American black walnut furniture with that familiar Marlin profile. No cosplay, no gimmicks. Compared to the Ranger below it, the 336 wins because it's a full-power, center-fire, Deerwood's workhorse. That still feels civilized on the bench. Compared to flashier, tactical levers, it wins by giving you the cleanest, most direct lever gun experience. Nothing between you and the action. Hold on to that, because a few spots from now, we hit a lever rifle that's basically a cheat code, and people hate it for the same reason they secretly want one. Number 7, Chiappa, 1892. Wildlands Takedown. Here's my hot take. The future of lever guns isn't just rails, it's packability. And the Wildlands Takedown is built around that idea, without turning into some fragile science project. This one drags the 1892 pattern into the modern outdoors world. You're looking at a 16.5-inch round barrel, threaded for a suppressor right out of the box. It pairs that practical utility with a weather-resistant dark gray laminate stock and a forward-mounted rail for optics, all while weighing a nimble 6.3 pounds. Whether you grab it in 44 Magnum or 357 Magnum, you get 5 rounds of capacity in a setup that screams truck and real life. Compared to the 336 Classic, this wins for 2026 movement, storage, transport, and the ability to live in a small case without drama. Compared to other takedown lever guns, it wins by staying in the lever gun family tree. It still feels like a lever action when you cycle it. And file this away. Coming later is a rifle that doesn't break down, but it breaks the category. Number 6, Rossi R95 Triple Black. Everybody loves to dunk on Rossi, right up until the rifle on the bench keeps feeding clean, and the grin won't leave your face. The R95 Triple Black is the modern trapper vibe, done loud. You're getting a handy 16.5-inch cold hammer-forged barrel, chambered in 30-30 Winchester, and coated in a black Cerakote finish that shrugs off weather. It weighs a manageable 6.7 pounds, and it comes from the factory with a Picatinny rail and a threaded muzzle, so it's instantly ready for a scope and a suppressor. Rossi even wraps the large loop lever with paracord, which sounds like fluff, until your hands are cold, and you're running that 5-round tube dry. The whole rifle feels like it was built for the guy who actually uses his rifle, not just photographs it. Compared to the Chiappa Takedown, this wins by staying simple and fast. No breakdown steps, no fuss. Just a solid frame, compact carbine that runs. Compared to more boutique tactical levers, it wins by delivering the modern touches people actually use. At a price that makes sense. We're getting close to the heavy hitters, especially the cheat option coming up. And if you know lever guns, you already feel it. Number 5, Citadel LevTac 92. I'm going to say it plain. A lot of tactical lever guns are just traditional rifles wearing cosplay parts. The LevTac 92 actually commits. You get the Model 92 pattern with a large loop, a modular aluminum M-lock forend, and a synthetic stock that can actually take a beating. It weighs in at 6.8 pounds, and it comes in 357 Magnum or 44 Magnum, giving you 8 rounds of capacity in a 16.5-inch threaded barrel setup. That threading matters. It's suppressor ready right out of the box. Compared to the Rossi above it, the LevTac wins by giving you a more modular front end and a cleaner sighting system. It uses a forward-mounted Picatinny rail with an integrated peep sight. Easter egg time. Watch how that rail sits forward of the receiver. If you know why a Model 92 needs the rail there, hint, look at where the brass flies. Comment, I saw it. Now, next up is where big name pressure starts showing. Number 4, Smith & Wesson Model 1854. This is where the comments start acting like brand names don't matter, until they do. The 1854 line hits that 2026 sweet spot, classic lever architecture, with a real push into optics-ready practicality. Smith & Wesson leaned into the lineup, but the Stealth Hunter model is the standout. It runs a compact 16.5-inch threaded barrel and weighs a fast-handling 6.5 pounds. Unlike the base models, this one ditches the polymer for a rigid aluminum M-lock handguard and adds an extended Picatinny rail that runs halfway down the barrel, giving you room for thermal, night vision, or a scout scope. Whether you run it in 44 Magnum with 8+1 capacity or the heavy-hitting 4570 Government, it feels like a lever gun that belongs on a rack with current production bolt guns, not tucked away as a novelty. Compared to the LevTac 92, the 1854 wins by feeling like a major manufacturer's full platform commitment. Cleaner machining, better furniture, smoother action out of the box. Compared to legacy lever guns, it wins by meeting 2026 expectations for mounting and configuration. And keep your ears open, because the next rifle is one of those I didn't want to like it guns. Then it stays slick. Number 3, Marlin 1895. Dark Series. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If you live where weather is rude and gear gets abused, classic finishes are romance. Dark Series is reality. The 1895 Dark brings 4570 Government in a modernized package centered on a 16.17-inch cold hammer forged barrel. Unlike the older models, this isn't just painted wood. You're getting a nylon reinforced polymer stock with a proper cheek riser for optic alignment, paired with a rigid aluminum M-lock handguard. It weighs 7 pounds, and it comes standard with a radial muzzle brake on that threaded barrel, which you'll appreciate when you touch off full power loads. The whole package is coated in graphite black Cerakote, giving it that shut it, run it, wipe it down attitude. That's basically the entire 2026 vibe. Compared to the Smith & Wesson 1854, the 1895 Dark wins on recoil management. That factory brake matters, and the cheek riser gives you a better, more consistent weld. It wins by coming ready for optics and hard use, without immediate part swapping. We're getting close to the heavy hitters. especially the cheat option coming up. And yeah, it's going to start an argument. Number 2, FightLite Herring Model 2024. I'm saying it. If you still think lever actions have to be tube-fed, you're choosing to live in the past. The Herring Model 2024 is a lever-action rifle built around commonality. It feeds from standard AR-15 magazines, and it runs a 16.25-inch threaded barrel with standard 1/2 by 28 pitch, surrounded by a free-floated M-lock handguard. But the real magic is the receiver. It accepts standard AR-15 uppers. You can pop the pins, drop the proprietary bolt carrier into a new upper, and instantly switch from 5.56 NATO to 300 blackout or 6mm ARC at the user level. That's not tactical. That's a platform decision, and it does all of this while weighing a shocking 5.7 pounds. Lighter than almost anything else on this list. Compared to the Arrow lever gun, the Herring wins by going all in on modularity, true upper swapping compatibility, not just furniture. It wins by giving you modern magazine logistics without turning the rifle into a semi-auto. And now here's the problem. Once you see what a lever gun can do with modern feeding, there's only one logical number one. Number 1, Henry Lever Action Supreme Rifle. All right, we've covered 8 rifles, but if I could only grab one, it's the Henry Lever Action Supreme Rifle, because it's the inevitable endgame, a purpose-built lever action designed from the ground up to feed from standard AR-style magazines, while keeping the soul of a hunting rifle. You get a free-floated barrel, 18 inches on the 5.56 model, or a compact 16.5 inches for the 300 blackout, paired with a match-grade trigger that's user-adjustable to perfection. It weighs 6.6 pounds, and it uses a patent-pending short-stroke linkage system. That makes the cycle feel downright unfair. But unlike the tactical options, it wraps that tech in American walnut furniture and a sealed internal hammer receiver. Compared to the Herring, the Henry wins by feeling like a traditional lever gun that evolved. Smooth, refined, warm to the touch, instead of feeling like an AR-15 conversion. Compared to every tube-fed classic on this list, it wins by removing the ammo and bullet-shape restrictions that come with tube magazines, without losing the lever gun identity. And that's why number 1 isn't random. It's 2026, so that's my list. And yeah, it's opinionated on purpose. In 2026, lever guns aren't surviving on nostalgia. They're surviving because they're simple, reliable, and they're finally getting modern support where it counts. Mounting, feeding systems, and real-world usability. Now I want the debate. Which matters more in 2026? Classic tube-fed tradition or detachable mag, new school lever tech? If you caught an error, drop it. I'll update the description. Subscribe if you want more lever gun testing, fewer marketing talking points, and the kind of range time that leaves brass in your pockets.